consensus last time that we'd do something on empty homes this year. So I just want to very quickly sketch that out. So what is it we want to look at? Who do we want to invite? So that Fitz and I can get on with getting people to come to the January meeting and the one after that, February or March, so that we can write something towards the end of the council year and get it to cabinet hopefully middle of next year. So empty homes for me is voids and how we deal with voids. It's one of the things that J and B talked about was their 20 calendar days.
Conversions as well.
Conversions. So there's a lot of stuff around private rented, isn't there, and what's point not rented, as in empty.
Buy to leave or whatever they call it.
Yeah, buy to leave. Yeah. So I'm just trying to get us focused on what it is we want to scrutinise here.
I think it's specifically voids, council's policy on voids, and how operationally effective it is, so how quickly they're being turned over, how quickly they're being identified. And without straying too far from that, it might be good to know, I feel like the council's done quite a lot of good work on sublets, but it'd be quite good to know where that is, I think, because that often, as soon as you find a sublet, it can trigger a void, you can get somebody else in quite quickly. So that, I think, would be good.
Okay.
I don't know if this will help, because most of in my area we certainly do get information on the council's policy on void anyway. Yeah. So it does tell you they have a target, and if they report on that, how quickly those targets are met or they are not met. So I don't know if it will be of relevance for you to.
We will certainly want to look at what numbers they say they're getting to, what they'd like to get to.
Yeah. Compared to the target.
So I'd like to look at, I suppose, some other councils. I think we should look outside, and what we might bring as a in terms of recommendations. Not bring them in, just have a look.
And actually also housing associations, because I completely anecdotally had a few complaints that one particular housing association just leaves places empty because it's getting the payment anyway. So that would be interesting.
So I can't remember, was it you came with voids to the last meeting?
Did I? What, sorry?
Was it you brought the idea of voids to the meeting?
That was 100 years ago.
Because I'm just trying to figure out if if there's anything we're missing, or I mean we can add later, but this is the starting point for the January meeting anyway. So for January, should we take a briefing from the right department on council's voids policy and how it works in practice? Get some figures.
If we do want to, I don't know if it's a different topic really, but it is empty homes. If we do want to look at properties being like the buy to leave and properties being bought by investors, it might be worth getting someone from the GLA to talk about the mayor's agreement with the house builders that they will sell in the UK first, because I'm not convinced that's working.
Okay.
I'd like to hear from a developer if we can get one to come in.
Lend-Lease, they're doing a few things in the city,
Funny accent.
Let's go on selling to UK first, and the developer, if we can get one. I think I'd like to look at buy to leave as well. I think there's two parts to this. I think there's the council side, but I think that we can't really ignore the private sector in this if we're looking at why there are empty properties in Southwark and what empty properties there are.
I think particularly Ben's point about selling overseas first.
Inside the council bit, I'd like to look at whether or not, I mean, we're doing the legal maximum now on council tax, 150%. It's new. I don't know how far they've got with it, but it's you can charge 150% council tax on empty properties. Is that right? So I'd be interested to know whether, bear in mind the sorts of investors that don't let their properties, be very interested to know if it's had any effect. Actually.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's property values are going up at 7%, so a bit of council tax not going to make a big difference, is it?
No.
So that's the reality of it.
Yeah. But it'd be interesting to see that and to say it's kind of a waste of time. You know, as a signal to whoever comes up with these policies that 150% possibly is a bit low for a London borough. Yes, Michael.
Jack, if you're looking, did I get it right that you will be looking at probably private rental sector?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if this is relevant. I think that you may want to get some update on the current progression of the selective licensing, which notice I've gone out in some areas of Southwark already on that. I believe the cabinet pushed this through in July.
Okay.
So they start registering. I think next week.
I'd agree, January. But it feels to me like something that's too big to.
I think that might be a separate topic.
I think we come back to that later in the year when they've had time to roll it out a bit.
It's just have a feel of how it is going and the areas that are impacted because it was done for specific reasons.
Okay, we've got plenty to start on this. So, and then final point. We've put the